Welcome to SEO FAQs, where you get answers from your favorite SEO expert. Hey, Nick. Today's question is how to manage accounting and taxes for your SEO consultancy admin work too.
Yeah, so that's the whole other aspect of freelancing. We talked about it before. There's doing the work, there's being able to communicate the work, and then completely separate, where you're not necessarily getting paid for, is the admin side. So we have to remember, as a freelancer, it may not feel like it at times, but we are running a business. So you're gonna have books, accounting books. You have to make sure that you're crediting when money comes in. When you're paying for your SEMrush or any of your tools, it's like that's money out. And you have to be able to stay on top of that. For me personally, I hired an accountant, and it's one of the best things that I had spent money on because he helps me understand, what things I can deduct, what things can't I deduct, but also how to develop the process for, again, what's coming in, what's coming out. Because a lot of us SEOs, like, we know how to make things rank in Google. We don't necessarily know the numbers should be on this side of the spreadsheet or this side of the spreadsheet. So I do highly recommend an accountant if you have a situation where you can afford that. And very similar to that, taxes is a whole nother situation. I'm based in the US, so I will speak to that, but make sure that you kind of understand how this works in your local area as well. But taxes suck. I'm not gonna lie. And unlike a 9 to 5 job, we know we make X amount of dollars, but then when we get our paycheck, they've already taken out everything. It feels like they've taken it all, but they've at least
Yes.
taken it all out, right? So in theory, at the end of the year, we're in a good spot, right? You do some simple tax filings, you're good to go. From a freelance perspective, you get everything up front, which is great because you feel like you're rich. It's like you have a lot of money in your account, but the reality is Uncle Sam, the government, they're gonna want their chunk as well. So for me, I have a couple things that I've worked with my accountant, but what I do is I literally just take 30% of all money that comes in, regardless of my expenses, and I move it to a savings account that is just, it's called a taxes account for me. And then that way, at the end of the year, I always end up owing money, but at least I have that money sitting there. Because one of the biggest mistakes that freelancers make is they see this money coming in and they feel like they are rich. They've kind of figured out, why haven't I done freelancing sooner? And then at the end of the year, the government comes knocking on the door and they say, "Where's my part?" And they have either spent it or they just don't have the money. So I think that's very important, just to understand how does that stuff work, you know, and it's a learning curve. Year one is, I had far more anxiety about how my books worked than I did being able to do SEO. And now, a couple years into it, I feel a little bit more comfortable about it, but still similar to how, our skill sets are in SEO. I actually try to calm my own anxiety by hiring people that I know their skill sets are in accounting and taxes.
Thanks, Nick, for sharing your valuable insights with us today. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and follow me and Nick if you're not already. Until next time, happy optimizing.